Where's my producer? Okay, so like I said, guys, come grab whatever angle is best for you, right? Like feel free to crowd around the camera as well, and find a good angle. Okay. So now I'm going to deal with the sleeve side. Okay. Once I get my knees in, and I work to what traditionally would be called like the 93 guard, right, or the bicep ride. 93 guard, okay? You'll see me start doing things like protecting my space with my hips, okay? Remember what I was saying about how tall you are, Joe, right? Well, this is a position where like, especially if I can't like break the sleeve grips, like go ahead and really like lock up right here. Yeah, especially like when he's doing this and he's trying to put my heels to my butt. Go ahead. So once he's here, look at how I defeat him with my hips, right? And now I can start extending and working the position that I want, right? Or in this case, get into here, right? And maybe he steps this foot up to try to start clearing this, right? And that's when you're gonna see me start switching to this side, bringing the arm over into the hip, okay? From here, guys, notice the feet are on the hips, yes, but I wanna make one more step. So I'm gonna use my hand to press on his face, and I'm gonna put my foot to the biceps. Okay, from here I shrink forward, bring my foot up to the back, and I'm gonna use my leg, start coming down onto the back of the arm, okay? Option two, if he starts driving forward on this, well, I'm gonna push on his face, and I bring my leg over the top. Notice how I still have my hand here, and I'm ready for this transition next. My hand is gonna come out, I'm gonna crawl my way out, and remember too, like if he goes to start jumping, look at how I have a high elbow right here, right? So that I can try to catch him. And worst case scenario, he hits my elbow and I release and I can start getting underneath his hips and looking to sweep him, okay? If he stays back, right, well then I'm gonna grab the triceps and I get heavy, I stomp that foot down, okay? From here, I wouldn't start grabbing grips yet, I would just maintain the hip, right? And start working your way back this way to break him down. And then from here, and start to sit down.
Cool.
Yes.
Huh? The flash armbar that you were trying to put there, would you ever do it off the hip with the other foot? Because you moved it up to the bicep, right?
Oh, before you go to the bicep, snap it?
The one foot wasn't here.
Yeah.
And you went to step up on here before you actually did the flash.
The thing about that is that you don't
no on the hip?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
Here's why. Without the foot on the biceps, you don't have the control on his shoulders, except for with the grip on your hand, right? And the cross collar. So if I can't get him to post that hand to the mat, I cannot get the flash on in most cases, right? Without like, at least on this setup, from what I've noticed, okay? Here's what I mean. So as I get my knees in, sorry, let's turn back, look at that. I'm making move back here. Okay. So, as I get the knees in, I get into the 93, right? I start working my way to dominate this side. Okay, as he steps up, I shrimp. Okay, winning this, right? And now from here, guys, look at how I want to try to get him to put that hand to the mat, right? Let's take that hand off of the mat, right? So even here, look what I did.
Now it's there.
Now I can do it. His hand is on the mat. Okay? But the problem with that is, yes, I get his hand to the mat, and actually JT does this to people all the time, where like he won't have the foot on the biceps, and he'll get the hand to the mat, and then boom, just hits him with it, right? The hand's on the mat, he's gonna allow it to happen. But what about like when he puts his hand on the mat and he brings it right back off, right? He puts his hand on the mat, he brings it right back off. Right? And now I can start doing things like, really offsetting, boom, and now I can get it, right?
Oh, I guess.
How much more control do you have, though? How much more control do you have? And just to say, guys, like this position is from everywhere. Right? You can do it from everywhere, right? And and guys, that's another thing. The collar and sleeve is from everywhere. The collar and sleeve is with double Hiva X. And remember that, right? Like you have all these positions. Look at me kick it up. Okay. Here's the thing about the foot on the biceps, though. and I picked this up from watching JT as well. When I get into this position, and I get here, now I have like a spider guard on him, right? I can pull him forward with this. Now I have a really strong control over his posture, right? And that's a big thing when actually going through this technique is it's hard to dominate their arm if you can't dominate their posture, right? If Jake's able to just get posture right here, just keep fighting. Yeah, exactly, right? I have to start doing things like, you know, look. Right? I had to do all that work though, right? Because like I let him get his posture back up, and then I had to break him down again, right? So it's not the ultimate, right? It's not like you're asking. I think I heard you right. You're asking if it always has to be like that with the foot on the biceps. No, but the way that I'm showing it today, yes, right? Now, does that mean that the way you were having the kids do it was wrong? Not at all, right? Because, and I know exactly what you're talking about, right? Because like we worked this for a month in quarantine with the kids, right? And you were actually doing it with the control of the hand, right? And how much more control is that? It's great too, right? You were keeping them broken down, right? They had their hand on the mat. So if you can get their hand on the mat, guys, you can do the flash armbar.
So that's the concept. Anytime the hand hits the mat, it's available.
Anytime that you can break them down. Well, here's the deal too. If they're like when JT did to Manuel Hibamar, right? He did it from the 50-50 guard, and Hibamar was up like this. And just JT's velocity, as soon as he went to put his arm like this to stiffen up, to try to like sit and get his outside hook in, Hibamar came up, and as soon as he stepped up, JT just racked him. I think he even hit his face on the mat, right? Just racked him with his knee, right? Didn't even break him down, just boom. The velocity of his bridge and his downward turn with that leg on that arm was just enough. Yeah, it was a great match, man, against a really high-level guy. So, at middleweight, too, right? So that's another thing. It's like JT's a lightweight guy that's shorter than me. They did it to a natural middleweight, right? Top level one. So, yeah. The Omoplata as well, right? Some of you folks are a little bit newer, right? Who hasn't seen Omoplata? You guys have all seen Omoplata before, yeah? And great. Yeah, a few times. So let that be an afterthought. Let's focus the majority on our flash armbar, okay? And then just pass that leg over and know that you can get into that position. The Omoplata is going to come when, right? So when I'm here, right, I'm looking to break him down, okay? And I get the foot to the hip, or foot to the biceps, right? And I start winning the arm, and as soon as I get here, instead of being able to put the foot up, he's just gonna drive his head through, right? So I push on the face. And then that's when I can get to the Omoplata.
What's the setup for the triangle? Is that when?
I was going to ask that too. You can just snap that from the armbar. Yeah, we could do it.
Yeah.
Almost same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need to get the hand on the mat, but it's
Gas pedal.
just getting them over.
And like we did it last week too. I mean, you can. It's a nice setup, right? So you can go boom, and then you shoot it. Sure. I mean, we were doing it like, go set that foot up. We were doing it from here, remember, right? And then we would get them here, and we'd shoot it. All right, so you know whatever. You guys can always just go from here as well, right?
Yeah.
My only worry with that, with teaching people that, is that I see it all the time where you guys will get collar and sleeve, you'll get the foot to the shoulder, the biceps or whatever, and then you shoot, right? And you don't square the hips up, right? Because you're just like, triangle, on it, right? Like you see the wind, it's so easy, it's right in front of your face, right? But how many times have you, I'm sure everybody in this room has gone for a triangle and got their guard passed at one time. Never. I know I have.
Never.
Okay?
Never. No.
Here. Guys, it has to be, put the power in the leg that's gonna stay planted, right? So even like stay back, like just even if like once you get right here, lift and square that hip up. Boom. Right? I want to chop down with that heel. I don't want to chop like out, right? I want here. And now I can grab that leg real quick and pull the head and finish my triangle. It has to be that way, right? And in fact, as I shoot that triangle, and I square up, you guys can always just like here. In fact, I want to be this way, right? To avoid them underhooking, right? I can finish. Cool? Okay, let's drill. Good questions.
Yeah, because I had it up here and it wasn't really here.
Stretch that out.